Sales is leadership, leadership is sales. Let me tell you a little bit about what I mean. And I'll let you know the reason that I know something about this is because I've sold over $25 million in sales. I've sold to Fortune 1000s like Wells Fargo Bank, Discover Financial, and I happen to have a passion about influencing opinion, influencing action, but also from a heart-centered framework that I is proprietary to me and proven. So let's get into this. Sales is leadership, leadership is sales. What does that mean? That means that in every situation, there is someone trying to influence with their opinion, their experience, their expertise, or their actions. And in every scenario, so that's the leader, right? The influence is what's in between, and the sales piece is what is the action that comes from it. It's kind of like a marriage. Okay. So when people get married, they're really getting married under their God, right? Or their universe or whomever they look up to and or pray up to, I should say. And they are also solidifying it in the state they live in. So the way I look at this is when you're getting married, you can get married all day, every day. You could marry a variety of people. It's not until the transaction of filing paperwork in the state that you live in is where it becomes an issue in most states when you are marrying multiple people, right? So that's the transaction. Marriage is the relationship aspect of it. In sales, you've got the leadership piece, which is the marriage, right? Leading people, helping them solve problems, all the things. And then you have the transaction, which is the sale, right? The sale, where you've got a transaction, whether you're in complex sales, relationship sales, transaction sales, there is documentation that there's an exchange of either a product or service for currency. I'm going to pause. Did you get that? Okay. So it is not until there's some documentation that there has been an exchange or transfer. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. You can equate it to marriage in the United States. I'm not an expert on other marital engagements, but in the US, you could marry as many people as you want as long as you don't file in most states, as long as you don't file paperwork that you are marrying as many people as you want. It is very similar to leadership and sales. Okay. Sales is the transaction that documents the transfer of currency for a good or a service. The leadership part is your ability to influence opinion, to learn, to discover, to solve problems, all of those things. So, whenever I have a meeting scheduled with someone and I know that they have something that they could potentially sell me, I always kind of go, okay, who's selling who today? Right? Because are they a viable option for me to talk to about my services, or are we specifically going to be talking about their services for me and my business? Okay, so I'm going to leave it there because I don't think most people look at it that way. But at the end of the day, leadership is sales and sales is leadership. We're always trying to influence people with our opinion, expertise, education, experience to take some type of action. Sometimes the action is one small step. It's just, can I have, what about another meeting? It could be anything really. It could be another conversation. It could be an introduction to someone. It could be, no, I have this $100,000, $50,000 product or service, and I think you're perfect for it. And so I'm asking for the sale. I'm inviting you in for the sale. So there are a lot of ways you can do it. I just want you to give some thought to the institution of marriage in the United States and more or less how it works. Again, marriage is the leadership, relationship piece of it, and the wedding and filing of the papers, right? Plenty of people have weddings and they don't file papers, but the filing of the papers is the transaction. It is the documentation of the transfer of a product or service for currency. Stay tuned because I'm going to talk a little bit about this currency thing. I've been deep into it for a year, and I want to share a little bit with you around the importance of currency and energy. So, Just stay tuned. I'll be back with more, but just keep in mind, leadership is sales, sales is leadership. That is what your buyer in today's economy, in today's environment, is looking for you to be is a leader. All right, stay inspired. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm going to drop my link if you want to book a call. Feel free. I'm Cheryl Parks. I'm the sales growth coach, known around these streets for helping founders and sales reps sell in their own natural style so that they can accomplish their target goals, whatever that is. A lot of times it's growth, most times it's revenue, most times it's exceeding revenue or at least exceeding their last year, last quarter's revenue. Whatever that is for you, that growth piece, that's the piece that I help with. All right, talk to you soon.